Welcome back guys in this today's chess video. Today what we are going to look is a beautiful game played by Bobby Fischer. So yes, in this today's video we are going to look the game played between Emil Nikolic, who is now with white pieces, and Bobby Fischer, who is with his black pieces. So let us look at the game. Here we have example of a piece mobilization. What is piece mobilization? Yes, piece coordination. As the players mobilize their pieces, they both seek to ensure that their pieces are working harmoniously towards the control of key squares, creating positions in which the player is more comfortable than the opponent. So yes, the transposition is also one way of common way of doing this. So what are the key squares? Yes, it's the half of our board of our opponent. Let us look. This is the half of the board of Bobby Fischer. And what is the half of the board of Emil Nikolic? Yes, this with the green. So what Bobby Fischer has to aim is you have to attack or develop your pieces that will cover most of the squares of your opponents off the board so that we can attack into his territory. So let us look at the game. Emil Nikolic started off the game with c4. So this was the English opening. So like this. So in response we have g6 and we look a fianchetto system like this. We have knight to c3, bishop g7, fianchetto bishop, which is covering a long little diagonal. So from this position, Bobby Fischer's opponent is also trying to fianchetto his bishop, put it on a long little diagonal, which will cover most of our board. So from this position, played was e5, bishop g2, fianchetto the bishop, d6, e3, knight to f6, knight g goes on e2. We have castles and castles by both sides, and we are going to look more variations in the middle game or end game. So this is only the opening stage. We have c6 and d4, the rook to e8, rook to b1, an odd looking move to defend this b2 pawn, because you can just push this b3 or something like this. But yes, in the game happened was e5, sorry, e4. Now Fischer started mobilizing his pieces. What was the plan? To cover half of the board of some squares in the half of the board of opponent. So yes, with the move e4, what he achieves is f3 and d3 square, so that no piece can come here, or also the fianchetto bishop can't come here. So from this position, so in response to e4 we have b4. And what white is doing now is expanding his pawns on this queen side. So we have bishop to f5. What we have achieved with the move bishop to f5, yes, this pawn can never be pushed forward like this, because now we take with attacking these both pieces, as well as at the same time we attack this rook. So this pawn can't be pushed. So from this position, also the plan was, if you play directly this, your bishop gets blocked. So what he does, first develops his bishop and then tries to develop his knight, so that this bishop can't get blocked. So from this position, played was move h3. I thought that in preparation of h4 like something, but it can be covered with the move h5. You can't push because I can take. After you can take, I can take with the bishop. Let us look. If this, we have takes and bishop take. You can't really take this pawn because we have two defenders. So from this position, we have knight to f4, attacking this pawn. Now what we have is knight b goes on d7, as discussed earlier, to go this for the support, which can block this bishop. So this bishop comes out first. So we have a4 move. Now his opponent Emil Nikolic is expanding his all the pawns on the queen side. That was the mistake of him. Expanding on the queen side, he has weakened his king side. So, so that Bobby Fischer can attack this. Let us count the defender of this king, the rook, the bishop and the knight, and some of the few pawns. Bobby Fischer eliminates all this. So knight to f8 was played, and the planning was to go this knight here, from it to h7, and from there it could go to g5. So to c5 we have d5, not exchanging the pawns. b5 we have knight 8 goes on h7. We have bishop to d2, knight to g5. So that was this knight was here. First move, second move, third move, fourth move. On the fourth move we have achieved this knight to g5 move. We have rook to b2, queen to d7, and now the threat is to take this pawn like this. So what was happening in the game was king to h2 defending this pawn. But okay, here after this move king to h2, we have bishop to h6 defending this knight. a5, bishop to g4. Now he sacrifices the bishop. So yes, can you spot which pieces are now not in the game? Yes, these rooks. So Bobby Fischer found a way to bring back these rooks into the game. So let us look. He sacrifices the bishop to attack this queen. Let us say if you move your queen to b3, you don't accept the sacrifice. We have knight f3 check. Bishop captures f3 is somewhat type forced. We have bishop captures f3. After b captures c6, let us say they try to trade. After which we'll also capture b captures c6. We have queen to b7. Now asking a trade of our queens, but we just play queen to f5. Now yes, this pawn is weakened so that they can take it. But now we have bishop captures f4, eliminating one defender, the defender of the king. So g captures f4, and now what we have is knight to g4 check. So there are two variations. First, let us look after this move. What if you accept sacrifice? We have mate in 4 with queen captures g4. So we have no defense of it. Let us say if rook here, we have simply queen to h4 checkmate. So from this position, from this here, rook g1 is not that move. Queen captures g6 check is the first. We have f captures g6, and whatever the move play, we have queen g2 checkmate. So this knight can't be accepted. What we have is then king to g1. King to g1, we just have knight to e5, attacking this queen, as well as in preparation of this checkmate. Let us look if he saves his queen, something like this square. Then we have a mate in 3. Queen captures h3, and whatever the move you play, let us say if queen captures f7, we have king captures f7, rook b7 check, king to g8, and again rook to g7 check, king captures g7, we have f5, the last move, and we have just queen g2 checkmate. So this queen can't be saved. So king g1 is also a wrong move. Let us look king to g3 move. Now we have h4 check, luring this king to take our pawn, because these squares, escape squares, are covered with our pieces, which are mobilized, totally mobilized. So we have to take this pawn, and now we have a silent killer move, king to g7, threatening some attacks over there. So what you do? King back to g3 looks safe, but yes, after rook to h8, and it seems to fail to this sacrifice because Let us, if we defend this like this, rook to h1, we don't directly take. What we do? Knight to h2, a clearance sacrifice. We are clearing up this way for our queen. So after you take with the rook, we have rook captures h3 check. After rook captures h3, we have queen g4 check. King g3 is forced. Now we have queen g2 checkmate. So this pawn is now defenseless. And let us look the further game. We have h captures g4. And now after this move, we have rook to h1. Instead, let us look if bishop h1 was an option. Bobby Fischer also calculated this line in his games, after which we can come up with knight f3 check. And now what we are looking for is luring this king here. So king g2 forced, the bishop captures f4, eliminating one defender as well as at the same time gaining an open file. So after that you can play king to g7 and come up with your rooks to attack this king like this. So we have e captures f4 and queen to f5. We have some resources with this move. So what you do? Rook g1 to make a space for your king to go on here. What we have then is queen to h5. Simple. If whatever they let us, if they play any random looking move like this, we have simply queen to g3 checkmate. So they are forced to play king to f1. Now from this position, what we play is rook. Okay, we have queen to h2, double attacking this rook, and now you are defenseless. Let us say they play bishop captures f3. We have e captures f3, opening up this file. So they are somewhat like forced to take because on the next move we are checkmating. So bishop captures is forced. We take here. We have covered an file for this king, and you can just wait for this check. And on the next move it is going to be a checkmate. So these were some deep analysis. After this knight f3 check, we have bishop captures f3, directly taking this bishop. After g captures f3, king g1 is a mistake because of this bishop captures f4. Yes, again eliminating one defender of this king. So we have e captures f4 and king to g7. Three great moves in a row. What you are doing with this move is opening up these files for your rook to attack this king. So now from this position played was f5. White got some resources for an counter attack for your king like this. So from this position played was rook to h8, and if we say the table, white is a bishop up, and in exchange black has only one pawn, so white is a 2 points up, but not for now because white is forced to play bishop h6 check. Let us look if he don't play bishop h6, if he plays any something more like taking this pawn, after which we can take like this, and whatever they play, we have just rook takes check, king takes, and we have checkmate in 7 moves, rook h7 check, king back here. We have queen captures f5, threatening this and this checkmate. So now you are defenseless. Bishop h6 check. We can just take this, and let us say yes, we can take with the rook. Again, rook captures h6 can be possible like this. We have queen to h5 move. Then queen to g2 can be possible to stop any checkmates. But we have f captures g2, queen h2 check. Okay, f3. Now we have queen h2 check. Okay. Okay, after the move queen to h2 check, we have king e1 and g1 queens check. So these were some deep analysis. What if you don't take the rook? So from this position, white found resources with the move bishop h6 check. to trade off this bishop. Now black is a pawn up from this position like this, but now queen d2 check is mistake because g5 is incoming, and again to take this pawn is our now central goal to go here and checkmate. So bishop captures c6, b captures c6, your queen captures f5, and knight to d1. In order to prepare this knight to d2, knight to e3 and knight to g2 move that can prevent the king from checkmate. So the queen to h3 threatening checkmate. Emil Nikolic played here knight to e3, and we have a silent killer move, king to g6. Oh my god, there is a mate in 3. You have this king to g6 move clears up the square for your rook to go on, and you can just checkmate your opponent in various ways. Let us look. Queen c2 can be forced, or any of the move play. We have rook h8, queen captures e4, taking some more time. We have d captures e4, and after the g4 move, whatever you play, we have queen h1 checkmate. So after the move king g6, Emil Nikolic resigned and Bobby Fischer won the game. So this was a beautiful game that we have analyzed and deep analyzed with various variations, deep variations. So king h6, rook h8 was coming, and on the next move it's a checkmate. So you can't defend, you can't go king here also because our queen is covering that square. So this was the beautiful game played by Bobby Fischer. If you have liked it, please subscribe to our channel and like this video, because I bring such beautiful games of mobilization and piece mobilization for you.